Alright, let's say you're doing do the UA, right? And you don't play with the mini map for some reason. Don't know why, but you do you, alright? So I recalled that guy, by the way, because this is not a TAS record. You can sort of see Rift is kind of like a hand. In fact, it is a hand. And I'm pretty sure this is like his middle finger. Right now, so this right here, this shadow would be the pinky, this would be the ring finger, and that's the middle finger. Alright, yeah, so on the middle finger, you stand pretty much like in the middle of this bush, but on the edge of the ring finger, you're like, so the torment claw, sorry, spawns in the middle of the middle finger of this bush, right? You see there's this giant ass, like, empty ground, and there's bushes on either side, and they're conveniently on the edge of the shadow of the middle finger, right? Like, the claw's gonna spawn here, so you want to spawn, or you want to stand kind of on, on the east side, right? Because there is a melee patrol that spawns here, and we do not want that patrol. Now, there is a very small chance that even if you stand here, you can get aggro of the melee patrol if you are not standing, or if you are standing on the claw en route. So you can stand in the correct spot and you can still potentially get aggro. So now, if that happens, honestly, the simplest thing to do is just to wait for this melee patrol to die. Like, if there's fletches or earths on you, then you just kind of just let them run you and die. You might have to, kind of just pray one doesn't scatter away from you and start duping. But basically, you sit, yeah. So you sit here. I got aggro this patrol on spawn, luckily. But otherwise, if you were low on souls, ideally you would have your bow out, you'd be facing these mobs, and then you pretty much just bow them on spawn. Now, they can spawn really far away as well, so you don't want to always go for them. You kind of have to just get used to where they can spawn and where you can egg them from. So it's kind of just trial and error. But basically, so there's three patrols at Rift. Let's get that out of the way. So there's this melee patrol, which, as you can see, it has one heart. All these patrols each have one heart, right? So there's one heart in this, there's one heart in this group, and there's one heart in this group. And there's also this giant ass line of mobs. So this giant ass line, it can be spirit sanies, minds, water, souls, any of those. It cannot be a heart. It's only heart in these groups. Like the patrols, the three patrols. So we have the melee patrol, we have the mixed patrol, and then we have I say mix, but there's no melees in this one. There's just rups, casters, and one heart. This one is only casters and one heart, and this one is only physical mobs. So spirit, sandy, flesh, earth, and the hearts coming out of spawns. So as you can see, this melee patrol is running away, and basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna kill this one claw that spawns on us here. And then we're going to go and kill that Mind Tormentor. So, a few things to note is this is standard, so it's a little bit sketchier. The Rift meter shows up. Fuck, how do I explain this? There's two circles on Rift. There's one for where you can stand to cap Rift, and there's a slightly larger circle which will trigger the flashes when you stand on them. So the meter to cap Rift, okay, sorry, it's the area to cap Rift. There's the trigger range for when this little pop up shows up, and then there's a slightly bigger range where the flashes spawn, and that's only when you run into Rift. So you can have these spawns where you have the meter show up, but no flashes spawn. But you cannot have flashes spawn without the meter showing up. So normally this meter won't be here at all, but let's just pretend it's not there. So you stand on the middle finger on the edge of the bush. You kill the claw, and if you did bow this group, then just be aware of that. And then you just sidestep. You kill this tormentor that's also in Rift, and then you are going to basically walk back to the edge of this finger, right? And then you'll slowly have to basically, fuck, how do I describe this? You see this line where these mobs are? Basically, like imagine a east-west line. You basically want to be like a little bit south of the line if you were to use the Torment Claw as like a east-west line, if that makes any sense. So you don't want to be standing, this Torment Claw by the way, you don't want to be standing south of the Torment Claw you killed. You want to be standing south of the Torment Claw you didn't kill. But you also want to be standing north of the Torment Claw you did kill. Because as you can see, this melee patrol group is coming towards you. And you do have to kind of step to the side because, as you can see, these mobs that kind of run out to the edge here, they have a chance to just kind of like overextend. And if you were not standing as far north as you could, you can easily get this melee patrol. So it takes 22 seconds to cap Rift once everything is dead. So from when you start capping on this edge until this edge, it's 22 seconds or so. If you don't notice it, there is a giant ass purple thing that kind of goes away. I guess I don't have it shown up. But this purple thing in the corner over here goes away when the Rift is capped. So whenever Rift is capped, you will see this giant purple thing go away, and then you can just leave. So you won't have to rely on your second ranger calling out a ping for when quest is capped, or for praying for a lucky Rift meter whenever you're whirling Rift. Or capping Rift, I mean. Hope it helps. Fuck you, Dan.